I need to get some cream cheese if I'm gonna make that fruit pizza. I'll have to talk to Chris. Because I think we went to the grocery store yesterday and another version today. Go watch the video. Talk about all those things. That's what I make the videos for, man. It's literally called my early thoughts on Rogue Trader, and it talks about all the things you're asking me questions about. That's why I make the videos, man. Alright, so that bar... Where the hell was the entrance to that bar?
Keep your wits about you.
Because that's where the secret entrance to this base is supposedly at, and I do not remember where the hell that place was at now.
I always keep my options open.
There's the Anvers sign, graffiti, everything else written on the wall. Yeah, the Adeptus. That's what I'm looking for right here. Go back to that quest. Rot. A note for it. Apparently it's near the Adeptus Amacicus. The turnoff is visible from the bar's entrance. Alright, here's the bar's entrance right here. So it says the turnoff. Is that going to be this turnoff right here? Maybe.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Okay. Extermination Brigade Sergeant. Do you want to watch us break our backs out here? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the denizens and the guests of the station. What are you doing? Burning rats and some trash and some parasites of other sorts. Okay. Ooh, we got a whole bunch of information here. So there's been some disease or some other stuff happening. It's a bit odd that it happened here, not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start here. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill all the bugs and worms, but I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that block way over there were snuffed it. Alright, so how exactly did the victims die? Ooh, we just got a new quest. Who knows? They found them in their hovels, already dead. Blue sores on the body, and they stank something awful, which is why a lot of them didn't even risk getting the corpses. Alright. So that's why this... Okay, so that zone's quarantined off for a reason. Oh, that makes sense. I'm glad I stopped to talk to this guy. Are they being provided with aid? Of course not. I mean, Reverend Hieronymus has been praying for their souls. It's the most we can hope for. Oh, I could tell him I wish to enter the quarantine zone. Alright. How do you know exactly what happened? So you don't know exactly what happened. Disease bugs or something else? No, we don't. And we don't want to find out. Something nasty's cropped up. The right move is to contain it and kill it with fire. Alright, I want to go in. No dice. Not going to happen. We're not letting anyone in. Bribes of intimidation won't work on me, so don't even try. You can file a petition with the Liege if you're so desperate. So we're going to have to actually talk to the Liege if we want to get into this quarantine sector, which makes me wonder... if the entrance to those dudes' base isn't in here somewhere. This was the only turnoff I saw up by the... Yeah, and there's the symbol painted on the... So it's got to be in the quarantine zone. Because I don't see any other turnoff over here, unless it's this right here. Nah, there's nothing there. That's got to be it. So it looks like we need permission to enter the quarantine zone. Alright, well that's where we'll head now. That would have been at the atrium. Do, 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 do. What's up, Pablonia? It's taking its sweet time loading this zone. What's up? There it goes. To be fair, the atrium has a lot going on in it. Alright, so I think we just need to go to the Legion's Palace no matter what we do now. Because we need to petition. Let me double check my quests though. Astray. We gotta go back to the ship for that. Alright, that's definitely the Liege. We gotta wait for that to go back. Well, Benny has resubscribed for 2 months in a... Well, that's not right. It's not 2 months. This is what we were talking about the other day, Babylonia. This is your... It's the other one because of the hoo-ha with your connections. It says, jamming on my dailies and watching you play this dope-ass game. Thanks for the resub, Babylonia. It's more like 13 or 14 months.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Those of you watching, if you want to support, it's really easy on YouTube. All you got to do is do the super chat so you can join as a member, get access to the member videos we do a couple times a week. If you're on Twitch watching, because we're on multi-streaming, bitch cheers and subs, baby. And thanks for those of you who support, because it keeps me doing this full time. Daily streams 5:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Time. Multi-streaming, because that's what the cool kids do these days.
Is there money to be made?
All right, here's the dude. My patience, you remember the way out? Dismissed. The tall man in austere gray clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Vladim, Vladim, Vladim. What Azzy put such harsh words into your mouth? She is hot, and I'm pretty sure she's a companion that can join my party. If I'm not mistaken, I remember seeing her in the promotional materials that Owlcat was putting out. I love her artwork. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman who is standing with her back to you lets out an ostentatious sigh, and then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladim? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days? So you don't remember. Then the help will remind you. Guards escort her out. Hederi, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your stars at Damascus and thank your lucky stars you were able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time. I'm gonna need to go meet her. She's at the... Okay. First an insult and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity. Well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heels and heads towards the exit, but as she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, and immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. That's the romance option I'm pursuing. Pirate lady. Hell yeah. We're gonna go get her into my party, like, ASAP. It must be done. Goth pirate woman. For the win, yes. Oh, by the way, that was over on Twitch, I just noticed, not YouTube, so that makes sense. Now I know why I had a different message, Bubbalonia. For some reason, I just went and double-checked. Oh, it even had the Twitch icon. I just didn't see it earlier. Alright, the tall man who has long since noticed your presence, studying you intently. Vladim Takara leads your footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. Certainly, let's go. Follow me. While you're engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Takara. His expression is aloof and focused. His gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you the whole time. He straightens in his chair and says in polite but a completely indifferent tone, let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord Von Valancius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss and hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of good intentions and willingness to cooperate. Thank you. It's a terrible loss for us all. I hope that under your guidance, the dynasty could recover from this blow and attain even greater power, Babylonia says. Keeping you on your toes, my friend. Yes, because I totally didn't see where that was coming from, so thank you. I'm impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status was quite wise. Rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you're free to reap the benefits of anonymity. That is a creepy looking piece of artwork, by the way. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of such a figure as yourself. Alright, so first up, who is the woman the wardens threw out? His expression hardens and he makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Hadari, a small-time hustler with big ambitions that would lead her to a sticky end. Ooh, I passed the lore check. It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name. She's irrelevant. I'm the one in control of the situation of Footfall, and I speak on behalf of its noteworthy residents. Okay, so I was attacked on the docks, bro. Like, as soon as I arrived. An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say there's a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. Okay. The Anders. Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears this man is not used to losing control, but that's exactly what is happening. So why haven't you dealt with the Anders? I was using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten rid of the Enders yet. Stitchman as they are, they're no players. When the leader dies, the rest will scatter. Sorry for the loss of your assistant. What? Oh yes, her death was a regrettable development. So what's the situation in the region? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. Xenos on the rampage. Got a new rumor. The core of the Imperium forces in the Coronis Expanse have departed for the sector's borders to combat the threat. There has been no word for them for a while now. Still, we are not yet alone. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Chronic Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Space Marines. Genetically engineered super soldiers. Have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall? I got a new rumor. No, there haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force. That's not to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's custom officials. For us here, the Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat. He freezes, gauging your reaction. I'm going to use my Iconoclast option. I do not approve of fear of Xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way. You're on the same page. So what sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection? Not military, but a different kind. You've already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on our way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the maw in recent years, none have returned. The last ship that came through the maw from the other side was struck by a temporal analogy. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space. Excuse me. You have heard of periods of warp instability, including cases where the maw would become completely inaccessible for navigation for years on end, thus temporarily cutting off the Chronos Expanse from the Imperium. Even so, Vladim's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something has had a profound effect. A Cicatrix Maledictum, a huge warp storm stretching across the galaxy, the result of a catastrophic rift in real space. Okay, this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food. The station has some reserves naturally, but supply issues didn't start yesterday. We would be obliged if House von Valancius would assist us by signing a contract for the food deliveries. I'm going to use logic here. I can't be the only one you've asked. Naturally, I tried contracting other rogue traders. But the terms of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry, and as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of a food shipment for him, I received a transport packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Foulstone. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale, and so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. So, Footfall's cut off from its shipments, the local gangs are running wild, the local hustlers are throwing tantrums in your residence. Are you positive you're in control of the situation? You are very perceptive. Well, now you know what you're buying. Should you decide to offer your support, you'll forget about the existence of trading hubs other than Footfall because you won't have more loyal friends anywhere else. Alright, so what are your terms? Huh. So I wonder if this is going to go into the because there was a journal in my journal. There's a category for contracts, and I wonder if this is going to be one of those. And I wonder if there's going to be time commitments and everything else. Let's go with Iconoclast. I'll help Footfall, but not out of desire for profit. I have no interest in obtaining any favors or becoming your patron, only in saving people's lives. His gaze is slightly distrustful. Such charity is a rare sight. Even figures as powerful as rogue traders do not show it often. Thank you, your lordship. Ahaha, perfect. I want the fake Xenos being tortured to stop. It will be dealt with. Perfect. What's happening in the Shadow Quarters? Why is there a quarantine? I wish to help the people in the quarantine zone. I wish to enter the quarantine zone. Better yet. Oof, he's not going to let me. I believe I said I wish to enter. You would dare defy the will of a rogue trader? I know enough about who you were before and what you do to people who oppose without good reason. I will arrange to clear a passage. Hopefully Erasmus will not spell the death of this station. Okay. Alright, we're going to go back to the Adeptus Amazicus because we got to meet that that beautiful pirate lady. Alright, what wares do you have? A stub revolver. I'm going to buy that. Uh-oh. Cat fight in the... There's a black cat that's in the heat, and like there's 4 or 5 males that come around. There's a cat right outside my window. I just heard a cat fight. I'm sure Chris is going to go out there and take care of it here in a second. Who's using pistols as backup weapons? Nobody really. Yep, I just heard the door shut. Chris is going outside to check what's going on. So Abelard... I wish I could auto-organize this. There we go. There we go. Should do the drop down. The greatsword is too nice for him to use right now, but I'm holding on to that revolver for later. I could also try to dual wield if I wanted to with my my dude. All right, let's head out of here. Voxmaster says, Lord Captain, I'm pleased to report the inspections have been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. That's for later. We're not ready to depart the planet yet. I do want a glass of water. I'll be right back. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Bastian Chorda, a well-groomed man, calls out to you. He's clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble sir, a minute of your time, if you please. I'm Bastian Indirama Bastal Chorda, youngest cousin of House Chorda, envoy of Incendia Bastal Chorda, rogue trader of the Cronus Expanse, by grace of the Most Holy Emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valancius. I notice you arrived in the esteemed lady's ship. Chorda, They're some of the most influential road traders in the Expanse, but not on Footfall. This station is of the control house Winterscale. Something tells me we're about to hear a most curious offer. What do you wish to speak with me about? I'm going to say, hi, quite right, I am Lady Theodora's envoy. Splendid. It's a pleasure to be speaking with an equal. Truth be told, I get flustered in the presence of powers that be. So what do you wish to speak with me about? A matter of utmost delicacy. You see, I've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladimir almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments. The Von Valancia is protected as fame for the abundance of its agrable Janus. It would be odd not for him to seize on such an opportunity. However, we have our own interests in footfall. We've already announced our terms, but he is stalling. Short Odyssey believes the cooperation will be more preferable to both rail trader houses. If you refuse Vladimir, now I'll pass. Yeah, he just wants to deal with profit. They're coming. Again, brother's the one who came before. Why do they all have a death wish? I'm gonna draw your weapon. I appreciate the warning, Nadira. What? He stares at you surprised, then turns around. Death to the Offworlders! The Anvils rule!
I'll make an example out of you!
The Emperor is with us!
Nice. This could be a big fight. There are a lot of Anvers. Well, before we start this, I need a drink. I'll be right back.